Today we're going to be checking out my new Korg Pitchblack portable guitar tuner. If some of you have seen my previous videos, I ordered a Peterson strobo clip tuner, and the first one broke after 3 months, and to be honest I was never really 100% satisfied with that tuner from the day I got it out of the box. So I received another one. That one I just wasn't happy with it as a tuner. It just never stayed still, and I emailed Peterson. They reckon I had it on the wrong setting, but I just returned it and wanted my money back. So that was that. Kept shopping around and I found this guy, and apparently this is a discontinued model. So apparently it's discontinued, but you can still find them on eBay, and I would have to say this is the best guitar tuner I've ever had. If we have a look a little bit closer, you can see over here you've got a input, you've got an output, so you can run it in line. You've got a mute function, your display settings, you got, I think, different tunings here, and capo settings or that sort of thing, calibration. Now a really cool feature about this, I'll unplug this, but if you have a look over here, I'll take it out of the amp. If you have a look over here, it's actually got, where are we, a cable check. So I've got the lead plugged in here, plug it in the other end, and that'll tell you. So I've got the green light, so it's a good cable. If you get a little X near the mute, that's telling you that, yeah, your cable's crap. So plug that back in. Okay, so bring it back there. Okay. So like I said, we've got an in and out cable check. Now another thing you've got is you've also got power in and a power out. I think this thing can power up to 200 milliamps. So if you've got a couple of pedals, that's pretty cool too. You've got 3 different display settings, which we'll get into in a second. Okay, so I've got my black EC1000 here that you've probably seen in some other videos, and I've deliberately knocked it out of tune to demonstrate the tuner. So, one really cool thing about this is I think they took a page out of someone else's book, but it's actually got a polytune type of thing in there. I can't remember exactly what these guys call it. String seeker, I think it's what it's called. Or, you can just pick one string. Okay, so a really nice clean LED. Now, you can have things cranked a bit and just mute it out. And it's also got a buffered out. Okay, and you also got a nice clean mute display as well. So let's go through and just tune up one string at a time. I tune to just E standard. So this is on what we call, well, let's go back to the start. So this is just a general tuner setting. So it tells you that E is really sharp. Alright, so we're in tune. So it's flat. Okay, just a little bit flat. So they're good. So same thing, if I strum all the strings, it's telling you that the B's in tune, but it's kind of freaking out on the rest because it's really out of tune. So if we change settings, we'll go to display, fine tune settings. So this is a full strobe function. So G is sharp. Okay, a little flat. If you've never used a strobe tuner, basically what's happening is when it's going that way, you're sharp. When it goes that way, you're flat. So that's pretty close to being in tune. Now, you've also got, you can see it on the left here, fine, so it's telling you in like its finest setting, and this will go down to 0.01 of a cent, I think it is. Okay. So if you want to check your intonation, this is the setting you want. Do your 12th fret harmonic, make sure it's the strobe isn't moving or as close as you can get it to staying still. So that's pretty close. So it's telling me that string's a little flat. Okay. So it's telling me I'm in D sharp, but I'm flat for D sharp. Now I tune to E standard, so this should just be D. So now see how it's slowed right down. There you go. There you go. So halfway in tune. Change settings again. So we're on the third thing. This is a half strobe, and you'll see what I mean. So D's pretty much in tune. Now this should be A. So see how the meter's really only going one way or the other. So when you got the white light, obviously you're in tune. So just about in tune. Okay, now if you go back to, that's what it's called, a string seeker function. That's definitely what it's called. You can just sort of get a quick glance at where you're at. Okay, so it's pretty much in tune. A couple of maybe a little flat. So we'll call that. I think that's pretty good. Now it's a bit hard to see, but we'll zoom in a bit. So it'll tell you also, you know, the first string's flat or the third string's flat. But I'd say that's just about in tune. So that's with the super overdrive going into the class 5. Hit the mute function. That's it, clean. So even from a distance, it's pretty easy to read. Okay. Worth noting too, this is not a plastic housing, this is a aluminium housing. But look, I'd have to say this is probably the best guitar tuner I've ever had. I've done some intonation work and setup work with it, and it's been really nice. And the display's nice and clean and easy to read. So this cost me about $120 Australian last week. So I don't know what's picking up now. Turn the volume off on the guitar. That's it. You know, so the volume's off on the guitar. It's not getting any signal or anything. So we've got a little meter in the middle. Turn the mute function off. Good to go again. But yeah, I'd have to say this is definitely the best guitar tuner I've ever had. Never seen another tuner with a cable check. Don't think I've seen another one with a power out. And one thing I like is, look, you know, I'm not really doing any band work at the moment, so if I wanted to do a small gig by myself, I could just take class 5 super overdrive and leave the tuner on top like that. And if I've got a tune, just hit the mute function and away I go. Okay. Check all of them. So there we have it. Korg Pitchblack Portable. Actually, one person described this quite well on the internet. It's kind of almost a cross between a handheld and a pedal tuner. I thought that was actually a good way of describing it. But overall, fantastic tuner. If you are for a new guitar tuner, I'd really, really recommend one of these. So check them out. Catch ya.